And when I thought my day couldn't get any better, my favorite client has arrived. How are you doing, old friend? It's such a pleasure to see you, as always. It's a breath of fresh air to have a client who shares the classical and exquisite taste that I have. Such a refreshing treat, and with that, please, a warm welcome to Evergreen Heights. Breathe in that fresh mountain air and take in the scenic ambience of this quaint, cozy, yet exquisitely elegant village, or small town, whichever you would prefer to classify it as. But as you are well known, this wonderful Evergreen Heights boast a plethora of beautiful spruce wood structures, houses, and larger villas in your case. It's a popular holiday destination, especially in the holiday times, so it's a perfect spot for a vacation home, or I know in your specific situation, a secondary home in which you can frequent from time to time throughout the year. Plan your schedule around a very well-placed and well-timed, restful vacation in a wonderfully serene and scenic area such as Evergreen Heights. That's right. Well, with that said, I do have an extremely enjoyable real estate tour planned for you, so please don't get satisfied with the first property that you see. There's much more, and even a increased amount of relaxation and enjoyment to follow. This wonderfully situated, nestled deep within the Spruce Mountains, this Evergreen Heights village boasts a very nice self-sustainable model with a wonderful series of, as you can see right there next to you in the garden, we have several dotted throughout. They produce a variety of produce and vegetables, fruits, and things that can be exported and sold from the village. So it's something that has a sort of self-contained ecosystem and environment. So if you do decide to purchase your wonderfully and well overdue, if I might say so myself, secondary home, then it's someplace that you can feel comfortable spending a long amount of time in without the need to leave and to restock on goods. I have two homes to show you this evening. We have a wonderful, quiet, and peaceful night. The villagers have all settled nice and neat inside their domiciles, and only the elite stroll the streets this time of night, so it's something that I think will suit you very well. If you would care to take a quiet stroll up through the square and to Main Street, I can show you the way to the first property that I'd like to show you this evening. What do you say? Excellent. Please do follow me. And here we are at Main Street, if you will. This is one of the several heritage sites found here in Evergreen Heights. I'm sure, as you are well aware, since you are so well versed in history and well read, this is one of the oldest logging settlements that was originally settled in 34, which, like I said, I'm sure you are well aware of. But since the passing of the Mountain Preservation Act in 97, this has become a bustling epicenter for the elite and wealthy, since there's not a lot of entrepreneurial spirit and industry found here anymore. It's somewhere really for someone like you who would like to just purchase and relax. So perfect for that situation. With that said, not everyone here is as well off and wealthy of an individual like you. So these are some of the more standard homes. Of course, the lower tiered homes in Evergreen Heights. Please, these are not the ones that I would waste your elegant time with. Your larger mansion is a bit further up the street, but I just wanted to give you a feel and a vibe, if you will, of the types of homes that you can expect to see if indeed you like to stroll about and take in the sights. And of course, all of the homes here are perfectly nestled within the spruce trees here that give it that nice natural smell that I'm sure is wafting by your nostrils, and the sounds of the birds that you might hear from time to time. There are a plethora of wildlife that I'm sure you might notice here and there, but with that said, we do have the highest quality golem security strolling about. So while your streets might feel and sound a bit wild and adventurous, I can assure you they are as safe as possible. Excellent. Well, let's continue our relaxing stroll ahead and get to the first mansion that I'd like to show you. Right this way. And here we have it. Breathtaking, isn't it? I'll give you just a brief moment to soak it in and let it wash over you, if you will. No, that's quite all right. Take your time. Well, it looks like it has caught your eye like I thought it would. I've shown you enough properties over the years that I know your type and style quite well. But even I was a bit excited to see the expression which now rests on your face. Might I show you the two-story? That's right. That's an Alistister build. Quite a very good eye you have. Even for you, that's quite surprising. It's even at the highest tier of industrial and structural knowledge. Excellent, excellent. The Alistister build is one of the more classical builds here in Evergreen Heights, and the only of its type. The secondary property is, of course, an even more individualized build, but the Alisters are very well known for their two-story layout and large front-facing windows and entry points, as you can see here. And nestled right here on the edge of the village, it's the most quiet of all of these structures. You can get the smell of the spruce needles in your nostrils, the sound of wildlife skittering to and from right out your doorstep, but just far enough that it's something you can look at but not have to worry about coming into contact with. In fact, on my way here to inspect the place, as per usual, the pre-tour inspection, I thought I even was able to spot a pair of foxes just skittering and prancing through the woods. It's just that nice reminder that indeed we are in the wild. Right. So the Alistister buildings are, as you can see, very well manicured, taken care of, and you'll be happy to know that one of your favorite companies, the Silk Root Landscaping Company, sees to it that the upkeep and replenishing of all of the landscaping, flowers, shrubbery, bushes, trees, any branches that might grow and creep ever so slightly into your property perimeter are trimmed and manicured and kept at a nice, pristine, and proper look. So that company is, of course, already scheduled to take their annual sweeps of the property, so something that you won't even have to think or worry about, but they are very reputable, like you are well aware. But with that said, the other features of this, besides the quiet and serene nature, are the two-story elements in which all of the open floor plan, except for the master bedroom, of course, is well noted and something that I think will be very much appreciated by yourself. So with that said, why don't we go ahead and take a stroll through the front door and see what lies inside? Of course. Here we are at the famous Evergreen Heights Alistister home. This structure, like you can see, is breathtakingly detailed, and I saw that catch your eye. Notice the polished flooring there, and you'll be very happy to know that it does come with a lifetime guarantee from the Diamond Edge Flooring Company, which I know you are so fond of. So if you need to perhaps have some work done or a fresh coat of wax or polish applied, they are ready and willing to meet every need that you might have. So it usually comes custom with the Alistister. You are correct. Notice behind me we do have the nice Alistister polished staircase with the matching floor here. It's just so exquisite and so elegant. We have a wonderfully cozy and amber lighting in the home, which is standard for Evergreen Heights. It almost makes you feel as though you are within the forest, but then quickly reminded the elegance and elite nature of your home when you look at the flooring. That's right, that salmon gray carpeting, extra plush and extremely cozy on those bare feet, or if indeed you would just like the sound of your shoes on top of the carpet. But I would try to keep the dirt and mud and grime out of it as much as you can, but of course that lifetime warranty will provide cleaning service as well, so whatever you would like. And with that said, we do have a nice dual seat table there with overhead amber lighting, so cozy and quite romantic too, if you are so inclined to have such a situation. We also have a partially furnished home, which means we have just enough furniture to get you started, but most elite figures such as yourself prefer to have imported furniture and fixtures, things like that. So this just has the basics for what's common with the Evergreen Heights style and aesthetic, as well as the build of these Alistister homes. So one thing that I think you'll be a big fan of is the overhead and somewhat dim but cozy amber lighting. It gives that nice lo-fi environmental ambient lighting that's almost in line with being inside a dark forest, cozy yet almost strong in nature still. Right, and the loft upstairs, as you can see, something that's well known in Alistister homes. It's nice sometimes to have that loft to look down on your guest from time to time, or just be up and tucked away and nice and cozy and warm. The bookshelf, this is one thing that I think is one of the more special features of the home, and one that I know you will really appreciate. The bookshelf comes with a complete Albert Kospanowski collection. I know, even the rare Volume 4, first edition print. I knew you would like that. It's something that as soon as I saw it on the details, I thought, I know just who to call. But with that said, you do have a variety of other non-fiction and fiction works and other just encyclopedia type binds and things like that, but that Albert Kospanowski's collection I knew would catch your eye. It's something that I couldn't believe myself was left as part of the home, so, well, it pairs quite nicely, if I can say so myself, with a warm French press and a moonlit reading night. But I'll leave that to you to discover. So, the bookshelf, there's one on either side, but the Kospanowski collection resides right in that one. And we do have the summit gray carpeting throughout the upstairs loft as well. Why don't we go ahead and take a look, if you will. Alright, follow me. Welcome to the most cozy area in the home, the loft. As you can see, we do have that plush summit gray carpeting throughout. We have the bookshelves here, which make a wonderful late night read or even a sunrise dip into your favorite nonfiction to gear up and sharpen your mind for your daily activities or leisurely day or nights. We do have access to the balcony, in which I'll show you in just a minute, and I promise you is absolutely as sublime as you are imagining. We do have quite the open concept here, which is perfect for making this space your own. You have room for a bed or two on either side if you would care to open up this place to guests or friends or family, things like that. We do have enough room for perhaps a chair or sofa if you'd like to just relax. The low-hanging ceilings in here really lend itself to that kind of cozy, warm blanket style of area in the home. Those spruce wood beams that are quite low-hanging really give you that nice, rugged, and natural feel that sort of ground you to the area outside the walls of your home, but also give you the safety and security and those aspects that lead to that comfortable nature and relaxation that one likes to experience in the home. And yes, that natural smell of the wood is quite nice, and aromatic helps you relax even further. So this is, I think, my favorite area inside the home. But the best feature to the home that lies on the exterior waits for us just out that door. So shall we? I thought so. There you have it, the wonderfully scenic balcony view. This is the only balcony in this village, and since this is one of only two-story homes, this is quite a unique feature and something that I think people will be very envious of as they stroll by. They'll look up with admiration at that wealthy and very elite figure above us, and that figure could be you. Notice the dancing silhouette of the mountain in the back. You might even catch glimpses of Lake Emerald here. But the most enjoyable feature is the fact that you are amongst the treetops where you belong, at the top of the world, with your peers at the top echelons of society. It's something that I think is fitting to an individual like you, and I think would be very enjoyable. You could place a few potted plants to give you that extra natural feel, a few chairs somewhere to sip a warm or cold beverage of your choice. It's just the perfect spot for a perfectly deserving individual. What do you think? I thought so as well. Well, the last room in this home that I'd like to show you is the master bedroom, where you will rest and recoup your powerful mind for the days ahead. Shall we? Right this way. And like I said, the last home in this Alistister build that I would like to show you. This is the master bedroom. The features include plush carpeting, as you can see, that matching summit gray. It's so luxurious under the feet. We have a double bed, standard evergreen. We have shelving overhead, which can display and house some of your personal rare collections and antiquities that you stumble across or stumble upon during your journeys throughout the world. It's something that can either impress or intimidate those who are looking throughout your home or enjoying a tour if they are so lucky. We also have the low amber lighting with the nice glow of the lamp there, something that will lull and help you drift off to sleep gently and peacefully. We also have a chest for storage, as well as a window if you would like to enjoy a nice natural wake up and let that sunrise drift ever so gently across your blankets and into your eyes. Or, of course, if you would like to have it even more peaceful and even more secluded, you could have some curtains placed, and I have quite a few numbers to reach some of the best interior designers, so let me know if that's something that you would like. I'll make a note of that. But what do you think of the master bedroom? I knew you would like it. It's luxurious, yet, dare I say, a bit subtle, but of course still quite a bit more elegant than the standard homes in the village, I assure you. Alright, well, if I can tantalize your imagination even ever so slightly more, shall I show you the second home on the tour? I think you'll be impressed. Right this way, my friend. And here we are at the crown jewel of Evergreen Heights, the Lake Villa. A perfectly situated three-structure home, as you can see. A stunning courtyard. We do have breathtaking views of Emerald Lake, something that is so highly sought after in this village that the Lake Villa is one of only 2 homes with direct access to the lake. So once again, exclusivity and prestige are names of the game, in which I know you are a winner of. But the features, if I may, we have a crafting lodge, and you'll be impressed. We have a smithy right on site. We have nice paved cobblestone paths throughout, giving you that nice community, closed community, of course, feel, with features such as a lodging house for guests, as well as the master lodge for someone like yourself to enjoy alone or with friends, family, partners, anything like that. We do have access, like I said, to the Emerald Lake with the public boardwalk, which is perfectly lit day or night. Of course, your private path is accessible only to you, but once you do get to the boardwalk, it is a public boardwalk. So if you would like a gate put in at the entrance to your private path, just to make sure that no one even dares to step foot on a path that's owned by you, we can of course have that taken care of and arranged. I have a wonderful stonemason who does excellent work in this area. I'll write down their number as well. Make a note of that. I know your needs are very extensive usually, so, and only want the best, so that is what I shall provide. Alright, and with that said, you'll notice we have these serene views of the lake. There are, from time to time, trout who can be seen splashing to and from the lake. It's quite breathtaking, if I do say so myself. And this, like the previous home, was a Alistister design. This is one of the estate designs, meaning that it has a bit of an open concept, and the structures are, or I guess the rooms are split up into individual structures that make almost like a small village within a village, owned by you, and you are the king of said village. It's something that is a personal favorite of mine. It gives you that feel of strolling throughout a community or streets of a village, but then subtly reminded that you are the sole owner of these streets and the world around you is your oyster. It's one of the more royal and elite feelings and types of homes that you can buy. So without further ado, let's head down these beautifully laid cobblestone paths and take a look. Here we have a bit of a closer look at your personal courtyard. We do have the smithy nestled right down the steps. It has a nice overhanging roof, which means that you can smith or pay and have an employee smith and watch them work day or night, rain or shine. We do have your private walkway down to the boardwalk, like I said, and those views of the lake. I know, it's something that I can just never quite get tired of looking at. Beyond that, we do have landscaping managed by, you guessed it, Silk Root Landscaping Company, and just like the Alistister home, they are year-round scheduled to make sure that your landscapes and landscaping and flowers and grass are perfectly manicured, no matter what time or season. Beyond that, we do have the guest lodge down the road here, as well as the master lodge there at the end, and behind me the crafting lodge, which I know you will be a big fan of. This courtyard is something that just makes me think of something that's removed yet convenient. It's something that's a place where you can escape the rest of the townsfolk and bustling of the village, but close enough that you can simply stroll into the town square and purchase or indulge in whatever you would like. Right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the closest building, which is the crafting lodge, shall we? Here we have a location in which, if you are looking for a taste of the blue-collar life, without, of course, indulging in such things, then this is the perfect area for you. Small, quaint, and very authentic to the history of Evergreen Heights, with the history of the logging companies that used to frequent these parts. And, of course, this is a heritage site, so this is very aesthetically authentic to the time. But we have your variety of crafting paraphernalia and items. I'm, of course, not extremely well versed on things like this, but I know someone like you appreciates dabbling in the well, down-to-earth facets of life. So something like this would really, I think, scratch that itch. And you could also hire staff to work and produce items here that you could sell in the town square, or if perhaps even use this as a bit of a hobby late night, maybe a night that you can't sleep or things like that, could come in here and chip away at a hobby or a project that you've been working on. It's one of those things that it's really up to the imagination, and someone as bright as you, I'm sure, could utilize this space for a plethora of uses. So I'm quite excited to see what you could come up with. But beyond that, like I said, outside the smithy could be utilized to pair with this and make those dreams come to life. But let's go ahead and head back down and show you the main path to the guest house and the master lodge. Here we have the main path to your home. We have the wonderful master lodge behind me, as well as the guest house here. The guest house is just your basic layout. I won't waste your time with somewhere where you will presumably be spending absolutely no time. It's small, somewhere where you will want to either stick a hired employee or a family member, a friend, someone like that who doesn't really have the status to be staying in the master lodge. But notice the quaint and protected feel, almost the cozy nature of the walls on either side, almost as if you are in an alleyway of your very own in a part of a larger city. But of course this is your personal estate. It's something that I really just like. You can picture yourself strolling through, have the nice warm lighting of the street lights and street lamps, walk around as if you're in your very own city, very own village. But this, of course, is your entire property. It's such a wonderfully just unique feeling. I think it's something that you will really enjoy. But with that said, let's go ahead and stroll on down and see the entranceway to your master lodge. Right. The moment you've been waiting for, the master lodge, exquisitely crafted. This, as you can see, I can see that look on your face. You know exactly what this is. This is a rare Stanley build, known for the vertical style structure. These Stanley builds were originally, if you can believe it, meant to sustain efficiency and take up the smallest amount of land footprint as possible, because usually the rest of the land around it was used for farming, or in this particular village's historic case, logging. But now it's something more of just a unique feature that is really just for visual aesthetic. The stacked feature of the Stanleys are well known for having the rooms stacked in a vertical nature instead of all in more of a open concept like the Alistister home that we looked at previously. As you can see, you do have access to the upper level there on the outside of the home. We have a nice, perfectly private and well manicured with that Silk Root Lawn Care Company front lawn here, and of course access to the lake. Would you care to have a look inside? I thought you would never ask. Follow me. And here we have the first room of your master lodge, the kitchen and dining room. Notice the high ceilings. It's something that with these estate builds are quite common, but something that once, if you're not accustomed to the class and prestige and elite nature of these builds, you walk in, you take a look around, and you are immediately impressed and, of course, envious of the owner, which aren't we all looking for that envious nature to be invoked in those who tour our homes, at least at our elite level of real estate prowess, that is. Right, you understand. But notice we do have a full kitchen there behind you. We have the nice amber glow of the high hanging lighting. We have enough room for a full table, but we do have just the dual table for now. The other features include multiple windows for ample natural lighting, if of course you would like that early morning light to wash over you, or the reflecting moonlight off of Emerald Lake to bounce glimpse inside the kitchen and remind you just how delicious that midnight snack can be. It's quite elegant in here, isn't it? I can just picture you coming down the staircase outside, coming inside, having your personal chef, of course, prepare the perfectly delectable dish or late night treat and enjoying it, looking out the window, sipping your coffee or more serious beverage, and thinking about all of the land you've accumulated and all of your success and accolades that make you the esteemed individual that you are. It's something that can't be done with your standard kitchen and pitifully low ceilings. So with this particular home, that's something you won't have to worry about, and something that you can look forward to. But let's go ahead and take a look at the place in which you will rest your weary body and recoup for more success. The master bedroom. Right this way. The last stop in our Stanley built home is, of course, the upper level, or better known here as the master bedroom. Notice the elegant split level design. We do have spruce wood, natural hardwood flooring, and that low level natural spruce log ceiling is just the perfect aroma for those late nights crawling into bed, maybe having the heat turned up ever so slightly in the winter, or maybe the fresh air coming in during the warmer seasons and just drifting off to sleep. Beyond that, the features include high shelving for a personalized and natural look. In this case, we do have some potted plants. We have a chest, as well as a bit of room for customization, but the, of course, most alluring feature is the high altitude of this room and the windows that allow you to peer out to the lake. It's situated perfectly to give you the best possible views, and the moonlight is just dazzling at this time of night. So, what do you say? It's quite perfect, I agree. Well, this room is one of those things that if you do have company or guests staying in your guest house and maybe you would like to sleep in just a bit, you can hear the hustle and bustle downstairs and wake up at your own leisure, stroll down and make a grand entrance to the rest of your guests, and of course have your coffee waiting and your service hand and foot preparing everything that you could possibly need. It's just the perfect way to start the day for someone like you. I agree. Well, let's go ahead and head out to the lake and talk details, shall we? Right this way. And there you have it, my friend, the two illustrious properties that I had for you here in the very beautiful Evergreen Heights. Now, as per our usual agreement, I have shown you both of these properties pre-market, meaning that they have not actually gone on to market just yet, so you are actually the first and only individual to tour said properties. So please do let your assistant Jonathan know to contact me with the details as soon as possible with your decision. I do very much enjoy working with him, and he is always quick and courteous with his information, so I know that as soon as you've made a decision, I will be hearing from him. If you do intend to go with one of these properties, I will, of course, get that paperwork started as quickly as possible, and then, of course, we will have the property listed publicly to give the appearance as though it was a fair sale, and you will have your sale completed as quickly as our first offer comes in. I thought so. Well, please do, like I said, give regards to Jonathan for me. I look forward to hearing from him, and thank you so much for spending another wonderful evening touring these homes with me. Please have a safe journey on your carriage back home, and please do take care.